Freedom and Fulfillment and Finances, F3 through Friendhip, Fair and Folly. Welcome back to the second edition of MiracleBombs. Thank you for allowing me to call an audible last week and adjust the marketing label for this InfoLetter. It was a necessary pause to set us all up for what's ahead and to position our jet for some aerial acrobatics and magic bombing runs. We won't delay today, so let's release this week's magic bomb, which takes 9 minutes to read or listen on the go right here. For more control over your life, 3 things are required: freedom and fulfillment and finances. How do you create more freedom for yourself? How do you achieve more fulfillment in your life? It's through finances in this society. Are your personal finances in order? Do you have multiple streams of income to insulate yourself from risk to events outside of your control? If you're spending less than you make, you're halfway there. Providing for yourself and those who depend upon you. If with multiple dependents like me, we've got to be able to provide for them and ourselves while not actively working. This provides peace of mind and allows you to focus on taking care of yourself so you can take care of them and continue finding work through any number of ways, preferably multiple means simultaneously. Can you do either? Or are you in a rat race trying to keep your nose above water with rising prices, including property taxes and rent, crashing retirement savings, and a very uncertain job markets? If you're single or perhaps engaged, you've got to prepare yourself to not be desperate for work. Does a single job with one employer who's exposed to a volatile and dynamic economic environment do that for you? Most seem to be happy and content with their status quo life. It's as though they're floating down a calm, lazy river through the mountains of Montana, or pick your location. Nice, right? Is this representative of your true reality, though? Not a chance. The river of life is like whitewater rapids. To believe what we think we know from the past will see us through into the future. That mindset is one big lie, limited idea entertained. It's folly, and you'd be wise to look around the bend and over the horizon. The river rapids of life is a great analogy. To change our paradigm, we must consider freedom, fulfillment, and finances. It begins with what we're doing with our mind, what we're feeding our bodies, and the community we're plugged into to keep us accountable for improving ourselves to benefit not only each of us individually, but to allow for our benefiting others too. That's where true freedom and fulfillment are really found. Are you free to purchase nutritious foods and clean, healthy consumer products? Or are you restricted to finding the cheapest or lowest cost products available from companies whose primary goal, by law, is to produce a profit to corporate shareholders, with secondary goal by executives to maximize quarterly profits that puts the wind in their golden parachutes? Does skipping by on nutrition to save a nickel fulfill you because you put $1 toward retirement savings, or the limitless number of distracting subscriptions that suck the time out of your life and your family's life too? Are you free from your finances, or the opposite? That means a slave to finances. Are you wealthy? What is true wealth? We've covered this before, but it's a good time to revisit it now. Wealth is access to goods and services. It's not the digits in your bank account or the digits in your retirement account or the valuation of your property as assessed by the tax office. No, wealth is your access to goods and services and having the time to enjoy those goods and services and the freedom to produce goods or services with efforts that fulfill you. Are you wealthy in this sense, or are you poor? There really exists only one practical way to achieve the freedom you desire through finances, and that is repeat income beyond a job alone, where you're trading your time for a paycheck that's taxed to oblivion. It's the only way to get out of the rat race you're likely caught in now. A quick compass check. Quote, television, close quote, programming. What's that really mean? Programming is a process of instructing or providing information for one to learn. Are entertainment outlets today programming you to be confused, worried, anxious, and lost? Programming you to be poor, helpless, and desperate? That's PhD, by the way. Programming you to benefit the systems and move you away from liberty and freedom? Why would anyone want to be programmed into that mindset? Are you fulfilled? Is your job fulfilling you? Is your job hunt fulfilling you? Is your personal financial situation fulfilling you? The grocery store prices won't help you. Your salary increase won't help you. Your power bill won't help you. The gas pump won't help. The economy won't help you if you look at it from the status quo lens of that calm, lazy river. An additional vein of income, along with cuts to the lifestyle are the only way to survive what's ahead and to set yourself up to thrive, and in doing so to help others, people solve their problems and survive too. Only then will you equip them with the opportunity to thrive. If you had begun 2 years ago, you'd be 2 years ahead now. If you didn't, you can start now and be 2 years ahead 2 years from now. That old adage, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Right now. Work from an abundance mindset, and it begins with the chemistry in the body. What we eat and use in our homes dictates the chemistry we're creating in our bodies, which leads to our mindset and how we think. Combine that with the programming from external sources, including what you're reading or listening to now, and you're either setting yourself up for abundance or enslaving your mind to a scarcity view of the world. Scarcity of time. Scarcity of, quote, money, close quote. Scarcity of fulfillment. Scarcity of freedom and liberty. Scarcity of intentionality about what you are doing. Being intentional. How much of your life was intentional in the past? Are you intentional about your health and wellness? I've come to believe it all begins with this. Do you intentionally purchase the stuff you bring into your home, your foodstuffs, your consumable supplies, the ointments and lotions you put on your body, the supplements you put in your body? Have you ever thought about it? If not, I've come to learn this to be another Trojan horse in our lives and the false perception of liberty and freedom we're now programmed to believe we have in America. If you don't have time, freedom, and depend on a single employer to keep providing a job to fund your life, you've got little liberty or freedom in these systems. If you're worried about your grocery bill, the price at the gas pump, the power bill, insurance cost, and all the rest, you've got little liberty or freedom and are trapped in a scarcity mindset. It's just about the worst position to be in as we glare into the canyon of recession and stagflation. Friendship, fair, and folly. It's in community and relationships where friendships are built. Friendships will be critically important in the weeks, months, and years ahead. True, strong friendships with people you like and who like you, who you can trust and who trust you to have their best interest in mind. Fair, that is, substances to be eaten, is one of the main requirements at Maslow's base hierarchy of needs to provide us an environment to go out into the world and add value by helping others reach their goals. Folly, a lack of good sense or foolishness, is believing what we've believed and done in the past without being an astute study of history will see us through into the future. Are you well read on history of economics, finance, and nation trading? These are boulders that your watercraft on the river of life is nearing. I guarantee it. The first two posts from this week's cover nutrient-rich, calorie-light foods and consumables and vitamins and minerals important to long-term health. Both are short, quick reads with 4 questions to ask yourself and some nuggets of wisdom I wished I learned decades ago. For you listeners, they are linked in the paragraph. Are you navigating your calm, lazy river alone with dark shades on dreaming in your own reality and unaware of the rapids around you now? Or have the rocks of reality awakened the lion within to get ready to win, not only for yourself, but for your family, your friends, and yourself? Wealth is neither created nor destroyed, just like energy. It is only transferred. Position yourself to be on the receiving end of the transfer and not the losing end. Ultimately, time is the commodity. You're either buying others' time or they're buying yours. And there is no liberty in exchanging your time for money. If you don't have assets or businesses working for you while you sleep, you'll never be free from the lies and the folly we've allowed to program us as middle-class Americans. If you don't have a bookkeeper and an accountant and a banker, who's on your team, not the banks, and law experts helping you navigate these treacherous waters of life, you're alone in a boat that you're unable to steer smartly and safely around the boulders solidly placed in this river. The folly from K through 12 and then up to PhD for the pure academics. The folly of go to school, get a job, save for retirement, mortgage a house, depend on others to care for our stored time and energy and efforts, i.e. our savings, in a debt-based monetary system. The folly of certainty and security in offshore suppliers of our basic necessities. The overseas markets get a vote too, and they're tired of what we've been doing for the past 50 years. Reality, if not already here for you, is coming, and it's going to be a rude wake-up call. You, your family, your friends, and your colleagues will need clear minds, healthy bodies, and a community to thrive with, and an alternative means of income you can activate immediately or on a moment's notice. Liberty Accelerator Skill Bridge, Read Skill Bridge, offers all of that and so much more. I invite you to explore it with me on a 20-minute call. To your liberty, your health, and your wellness. Heck yeah.